Right. Today, um, April 19th, 2016. Um, um, my name is Alan Lee. As data engineer in BGT. I'm with the Gagandeep Singh, um, aristocrat, AIDC, one of the Fireflies engineers here, and we are going to discuss about the trendy automation technology together. So, hi Gagan, are you there?
Hi, Alan.
Hey, how are you this morning? I mean
Yeah,
afternoon
I'm
there.
good. I'm good. How are you, Alan?
I am okay. So, um, I know about yourself since we have like a lot of discussions and working together. But for the people who doesn't know about you, um, could you tell me more about yourself in terms of your previous experience and what you have done so far, please?
Okay. So I have around more than 6 years of experience now in IT, and I am currently working in Fireflies team as a senior engineer, and working on Test Complete tool. So my experience includes test automation using Selenium, and I have also worked on SOAP UI, done web services testing, and done automation of web services using Groovy and Java. And besides that, I have also done ISTQB certification, foundation level. So my past experience includes working on finance domain, basically on mortgages. So I have also worked on telecom domain, and my experience there was on web services. And recently, I have worked on uh, testing automation using Selenium and Groovy as well.
Oh, great! You have a lot of experience in
Yeah,
different industry,
right.
and
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 now new addition is
yep.
so now the another tool, Test Complete, has also been added to my profile while working here in Fireflies team.
Okay, so what are you doing now here in VGT? I mean the aristocrat.
Yeah, I am working here as a senior engineer and in test automation. So we are doing we are writing code script test scripts for AMC, which is here web application, and we are also doing uh, test scripts. We are writing test scripts for AMC 3X, the new version, R3 version of AMC server,
Mm-hmm.
and we are also doing code refactoring for the existing test cases.
Mm-hmm.
So we are also doing the bug fixes which we encounter while we doing some regression.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So even though you have joined recently, less than 3 months, 5 months,
Yeah.
yeah, you
Yeah.
have doing a lot of stuff and looks like contributing to the teams a lot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very proud of you, and I'm happy to have you here. And saw your lot of calls complete so far, and you're like getting used to the new team very quickly. I like that, and then I'm very happy with that. So thank you, Gagan.
Thank you too, Alan.
All right, so today we are going to discuss about some of the kind of the automation topic, which is BDD. Could you tell me about the BDD and your previous project and your experience about BDD, please?
Yeah, in our previous project, we used to follow this BDD, or we can say TDD, test-driven development approach,
Uh huh.
where we used to write tests in the form of fitness. So
Uh-huh.
there was a framework, fitness framework for writing the test, where the BA or QA can write, or any person can write fitness test, which is simply a wiki page, and it can be written in a
Wow.
English
So
language.
you mean QA even doesn't know the programming language, can write the code and join in the development, right?
Sorry.
You mean the QA who even doesn't know the programming language a lot can join in the development process just like you do, like
Right,
software.
right.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
great. Yeah, that's great.
Yes.
So, could you tell me more about that?
Yeah, so the QA or the BA can write fitness test. So which is a simple test written in English language, like given this is the prerequisite,
Uh-huh.
and when this happens, so
Uh-huh.
what is the outcome which is expected. So
Uh-huh.
based on this format, the tests are normally written,
Uh-huh.
and then the developer also used to coordinate with the QA for writing the logic behind the fitness test, so that the the actual test can get executed. So the fitness tests are written by BA or QA, and then the developers, in collaboration with them, used to write the fixtures, which are actually code written in Java language, and then the developers used to execute those tests. So initially, the tests used to fail since the functionality is not yet implemented, and then the developer used to implement the functionality, and eventually the test get passed, and then he used to refactor the code, and then refactor the test also. So finally, the desired functionality gets created.
Wow.
So yeah, so we can say that even the BA can validate, or and stakeholders can validate that the acceptance criteria has been met and the desired functionality has been implemented.
Wow. Oh, that's great. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think it's a great functionality. Then even business people or like you know the any stakeholders who doesn't know the code itself can join in the development by um, writing the plain English in the feature, right?
right,
So there's going to be two layers, like code level layer and then a plain English level layer. They are going to be combined it together and make a project and can validate the test cases based on feature and test cases together, right?
right, exactly.
Yeah, there is very great functionality and features that we can take here in VGT too, right? So I think in your previous experience is going to be helpful for us to implementing the BDD here in VGT too.
Yeah, okay.
So that is kind of concept of the BDD. So this is kind of brief the diagram what BDD looks like. Basically, there are feature definition files like a simple text file, which is written in the plain English, and then in hindsight, there are like the Java or JUnit or any library using Selenium stuff, and then referring to the feature files and developers as that writing the code based on that, and then it combines it together, and the test case is running the separately by the runner, and then discover the if the test case is going to be pass or fail, and then
Right,
the total structure of this framework is going to be like um, the features and the Java code and the class files and the running code and so on. So um, it's going to be looks complicated, but it doesn't look like the um, the even Java developer and the QA and the business associates can join in the development process. So I think
Right.
it's just so cool. And there's a bottleneck between the business, uh, the associates like product owner or a scrum master, and then the discrepancy sometimes the features and the the programming codes, and then if this is going to be in the agile process like feature uh, and the code combined it, and then we can cope with the fast changing environment very well, since the feature and the codes are coming together all the time, right?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So think it's a great feature. So why don't we look at the examples together and how does it look like? How about that?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay. So let me show you the one of the examples that I have made, and let's discuss about that. So this is about, hold on a second. I want to hide it. I don't know. Anyway, you can see it, right? So um, this is the example using the Eclipse IDE tool in macOS, using the Cucumber library and Selenium and JUnit all together, and implementation of the sample BDD. And
Okay.
the this is Cucumber. Look at this project only. So if you look at it, they're just those files. So Cucumber Learner Java file is separately um, implemented, and then there's going to be step definition.java, which is another class, the definition of the steps that is provided by the feature file, which is going to be expected to be written by the QA or VA with the plain English. So feature
Okay.
file is going to be here, and definition is here, and the runner is here. So the three, the separate entity is going to be here, and then
Okay.
the the relevant library is going to be added in this project. The
Right.
cucumber, JUnit, Selenium, etc. So let's look at, this is about the figure one, the project explorer. The second, the figure is about the feature file. If you
Mhm.
look at the feature file, it's just plain text file. So this is kind of like rigid, very rigid, the grammar with the keywords feature and scenario given when and then. So at
Right.
the top of the line, the feature. So it's going to be the whatever you want to write about the, which needs to be validated feature. So some title of the test, title of the feature. So for example, feature is here and scenario is going to be here, and given is a if condition. Given is a kind of condition, and when is a kind of like the event that is going to be expected, and then is going to be the result. So if it's a pass, and then it's going to be this scenario is going to be pass given when then. If you look at this
Right.
file, it's very simple. It's just plain English, no code at all. Just the feature, um, like the usual stories, just
Right.
like
Right.
when it's on the agile environment. the same
Right.
thing.
For every user story, we can write a test for similar to this.
Right, right. Yeah. So the product owner can write the user story just like this, and using these stories, and programmer like us that can write the code using the BDD, right?
Right.
Yeah. So this is the second is the this is the code. So this is code and definition steps. Have you ever heard of the annotation?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, in JUnit and in Selenium also.
yeah. The
Sorry.
link. Yep.
No, yeah, carry on, Arun. Sorry.
Yeah. The link between the feature file and Java code here is an annotation. That's kind of bridge between these two files. So
Okay.
the given when then annotation using the parameter here is going to look at the statement here. So I navigate to the Jew website. I navigate to the Jew website, and then it will find the given feature file. If
Mm-hmm.
then it will run refer to this here. The same thing. The when and then is going to be linked here, right? So it will run this and this based on this feature. The specific that function is defined down here,
Okay.
right? So it will based on the feature, it is going to use the Selenium framework like a Firefox driver and navigate
Right.
to this is about Selenium. Find
Right.
element is also the part of the Selenium. So send keys or
Yeah.
whatever. So this is how it look like for the the class step definitions.
Okay. Alan, yes, just I wanted to see that screen. So, can you explain with the one example you have written here? I mean, given and when and then. So, in given, it is navigating to some page.
Yeah, navigate to the some page and validate click on the link, and
Okay.
then if the expected the message is there. That's simple,
Fine.
very simple one, right?
Yes. Yes.
So Firefox will go there and find element and then validate it. Send keys and click and validate it,
Okay. Fine.
right? So this is just definition class, and then actually it runs here like this annotation and then the grammar, and this is also the file here about cucumber Java. So this is kind
Okay.
of grammar. So if you look at the yeah step definition, which define in the upper the code is right over here, and Selenium, JUnit, and etc. The library, relevant library has been imported, and this is Cucumber core and HTML. So um, these are file for the library that is necessary for this project using
Okay.
Selenium, Cucumber, and JUnit. This is a
Yeah.
simple example, but we can expand it using this kind of the prototype or thing,
Right.
right? So, how do you
Yeah.
feel?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm feeling good looking into this because I recognize that in our case we used to write fitness pages like there is a page feature page. In our case, we used to have fitness pages. So they were in some simple wiki pages, and then they used to drive the fixtures which were written using Java library, Java and fixtures library. So they used to do the similar thing which
Mhm.
you have shown. But
Great.
here I have witnessed a new framework, Cucumber. So this is new for me, but it looks
Similar, yeah.
very similar and it looks simpler also.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is BDD, and let's discuss how we going to apply this concept to our project. So, um, how BDD can be applied to VGT well, and which product or service can be a good fit for VGT? Is there a benefit to use BDD in the VGT? If yes, why? Those are the discussion topics. So,
Okay.
how do you think about these questions?
Yeah. Yeah. It's a good idea to implement BDD in VGT because it will then allow any QAs to understand the test
Uh-huh.
as well,
Uh-huh.
and also execute them and create more tests on the go as per their need.
Quickly,
So
huh? Uh,
yeah, it
Easily
will.
and quickly, yeah.
Yeah. Yes, but yes, since there is a lot of code which needs to be implemented behind the test also, so there needs to be a good collaboration between the person who is writing the test and who is actually implementing or writing the code behind the test.
Mm-hmm.
So I either SDET can write both the tests and logic behind, or people need to collaborate with each other where a BA kind of person is writing the tests and then a developer or a SDET is writing the logic behind that.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
So, what do you think? In the Client 6 or Client 7 project, can you think it can be done? Or I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, it can be implemented. There is no harm in that, and it can be done. We can do some POCs to actually figure out if that works or not. But since I don't think there is any hindrance in that or any
Uh-huh.
obstacle in that. We used to do some simple examples of
Mm-hmm.
our project in
Yeah.
order to verified. I am. I have done this for web-based applications and web services also, but here in our in VGT here we are also dealing with desktop .NET applications like our test console and simulators. And since there is also a hardware, the direct involvement of hardware in this also, so that can be a challenge, but since we have already done those automation using our current framework, so this framework can also be implemented, I think.
Mm-hmm. Think our current framework developed using the C sharp script in the test complete, but this
Yeah,
is a kind of different framework like Cucumber and like Selenium. So I think the integrating those two stuff together is one of the challenging thing that
right.
we can do. But at least we can have a prototype and for this stuff, and then like we can have a proof of concept, and then we can show to the team at least, and then we can start from there, right? How to integrate the current framework with this open source, great open source project, since
Yes.
it has a lot of benefit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I think it's a good topic, and we can discuss. Fortunately, you have a lot of experience about these technologies. So
Yeah. So,
yeah,
Alan, one question my side there, like
yeah,
if this point is mentioned that which product or service can be good fit for VGT.
yeah.
So, as I mentioned, I have worked on fitness, and you have created this project in Cucumber. So is there any other framework also available?
For
Because
BDD,
yeah,
yeah, yeah, I think other than cucumber, there are something about I I I, I don't know I don't know like we kid yesterday and there are lots of kinds of BDD. Let me see. Um, yeah, a lot of kinds of framework available for the BDD using
okay,
different kinds of languages. You can um, uh, Google this stuff and wiki stuff, and then I think Cucumber is quite popular,
yeah,
one of those. So among this stuff, so we can discuss further about this later on.
yeah, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that's about it. That's about our discussion today. Um, mm, it was very constructive and very. I think it's going to be innovation for our team in the
Right,
future, near
exactly.
future. So we can collaborate together and about this stuff and later on um, the besides our the current the the project and we can um, work together about this separately, right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Gagan, again, thank you for your time. You the stay in the office late because of this. I appreciate that. And
No, no issues, Alan.
all right, also those thank you for sharing your experience and idea about this and your insight with me. I'm uh, also very thankful for that. And yeah,
Thank you to Alan discussing this interesting topic, and which is actually very helpful for all the team.
yeah, I'm gonna share with the team in our the Yammer, and then they can review it later on listening to this the video.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, thank you very much again, and have a good night.
Have a good day, Alan.
All right,
Bye.
bye, bye.